What is this guy's name, bro? I'm
You got the boost.
Do you? I'll keep going.
I'll be left.
50.
Open.
Nice.
Nice. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. We just got dookie on.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week of CIU Rocket League. I'm your host, Glitch. As you can see, we're ready, more than ready. We are already going. No big deal. We are doing things a lot differently tonight anyways. Your CIU Rams are playing up against a team called Hurricane J. That is a club team. Tonight's sole purpose, besides for your enjoyment, is a scrim for the CIU Rams. Scrim is short for scrimmage. They are preparing using this gameplay against a highly ranked opponent or highly rated opponent for a VOD review to prepare for their round 2 playoff matchup against Siena Heights, which is Monday, April 10th. Make sure you tune in for that next Monday. But for tonight, enjoy this gameplay as CIU are preparing for their playoff matchup. We won't dissect their gameplay. This is all in all, a practice. We want them to be able to use this VOD that you're seeing tonight as constructive feedback and productive feedback into their matchup. So that way they go into that matchup against Siena Heights all the more ready to give Siena Heights their first loss on the season, and that, which is, huge when it comes to Rocket League. All the momentum is going Siena Heights' way for next Monday, and CIU is using tonight, as I've said, to prepare and get ready for that matchup. So, as you can see, it's 1-1. We've had a goal from Genji that you may have or may not have seen, and most recently a goal from Hurricane J that caught CIU out on rotations. But speaking of that, time extra shot gets the CIU Rams the lead once again. I'm by myself tonight. No, I am shorter to grace us with his presence. He is busy traveling, but we wish my friend and everyone else's friend a very, very safe travels. So if he's listening, hey buddy, I miss you. I wish you'd come back. If he's not listening, then hopefully he reads that back or listens to that back. But anyways, we move on. So 2-1 CIU Rams. One thing I think they're going to be focusing on for the next hour is their defensive rotations. I think they're playing a team right now that's 1600 MMR. Whereas CIU has an average about 1500 MMR. So in Rocket League world, that's a huge difference. You have a team that's used to playing teams that are close to 1700 MMR to 1600, whereas CIU Rams, this is one of the better teams that they've played against in their season. So definitely a good bar set match, a good tester into what they're actually capable of. So you won't hear me dissect a lot of goals tonight, as I've said, but you'll definitely hear me react to some good gameplay. So as we get introductions out of the way, sit back, relax, maybe grab a snack, enjoy some free Rocket League tonight, and let's cheer on the Rams regardless of who they're playing. Timex trick shot with a good demo there. You got the last man out. You'll notice that Timex likes to excuse me, getting some notifications on my phone, just making sure I'm not missing anything. But you'll notice Timex trick shot. He's usually a guy that demos the last guy in the opponent that's defending the goal. That usually is meant to set up a counterattack for CIU. It doesn't always work out, but I would say about 7 times out of 10, that's it usually works. But sorry, just keeping up with the ball, moving pretty quickly right now, but trying to get all my notes down, everything organized, and there we go. All right. For those of you that are wondering, you may have missed tonight, or you're just that obsessed with CIU Rocket League as I am. All VODs are going to go on CIU's Esports YouTube page or YouTube channel the day following when they go live. So you'll see tonight's VOD go live tomorrow, and that is what a great way to start a VOD too, with a good goal by Casey to give. We don't know how many games they're gonna play tonight, but CIU just took game 1 in this scrim with Hurricane J. So, but yeah, CIU Rocket League, YouTube.com/CIU Rocket League, or just go in, search CIU Esports, and it will come up. So keep in mind tonight, guys, that I've said it multiple times. Tonight's a scrim. CIU is going to be using tonight to prepare for their game against Siena Heights, which is Monday, April 10th. You need to make sure you put that in your calendars, because it is one you're not going to miss. You have undefeated Siena Heights going against a red hot CIU team. So as for tonight, there's going to be lots of subbing tonight. There's going to be a lot of reps for players that we're not used to seeing on the main stage for CIU Rocket League, but we cannot wait to see them sub in when that time is. So I will do my best to give you full introductions, what they bring to CIU, what they how they make CIU stronger, and all the merrier. So going into our game 2 of this hour duration of gameplay for the Rams, still the same starting lineup that we are used to seeing, with Casey, Gingy, and Timex. And like I said, I think tonight they're going to be focusing a lot on defensive rotations, springing counterattacks quickly, and definitely lots and lots of goal scoring. Some good dribble moves from Casey there. Came to nothing, but did buy some time for Gingy to get in his position. And it's a good counterattack opportunity here. Great shot by Timex. And even better save, though, from... Let's see, what is... His name is Biggie. I think I got that right. Biggie. Yep. So I think his name's Biggie. We're just going to call him Biggie. This team being a club team, we don't know a lot about them. All we know, is 1600 MMR. That's all CIU really needs to know. They jumped on a scrim last minute for CIU, and an opponent that CIU had already scheduled ended up bailing last minute. Oh, we have a Rule 1. Ladies and gentlemen, in the goal, in Hurricane J's goal, we have a Rule 1. When two cars' noses meet, they cannot separate. It is not written in the rule book, but in the player's rule book, if you break that, that's a no-no. That is a no-no in the player's rule book. So, respect from Gingy, Sumo Storm. They respected Rule 1, and just some good sportsmanship all around. Yeah, Timex. As I was mentioning in game 1, didn't really get to finish the point. Got a little sidetracked. But Timex is one of his main roles is demoing. Everyone's gonna demo. Everyone's gonna do some groundwork. But Timex is good about putting him in the position to get CIU that man advantage. Because when you demolish, which is what demo stands for, that player goes, he's out of the game for a good like 3-4 seconds. He'll spawn in the back corner of his goal in his own half, and then he'll be back into the game. But when in those 3 or 4 seconds, it's a perfect amount of time, perfect opportunity for that team who's done the demo to get a counterattack going. So see a lot of that for CIU, but we also want to see some good defensive rotations, as I've said multiple times. They're going to be focusing on that tonight. They're playing a tougher opponent than they're used to in preparation to get ready for Siena Heights. That doesn't mean a freebie comes every once in a while, and that's what that was. A good kickoff play from Timex. He did well to win his kickoff, but more importantly, and yeah, he tapped it home. Ooh. Oh, man. I didn't even see that. That was out of the camera angle. Oh, yeah. He does well to get off the backboard, get in a position where he can tap it home, and that's what he did. I will point out that Biggie, the player Biggie, has SSL in his title and his banner. So SSL is the highest rank that you can get in Rocket League. It is pretty parallel with pro players. And for those of you that don't follow pro Rocket League, the skill gap between even your best college team to a pro team is night and day. So, respect to Biggie. Respect for Hurricane J coming out and being a good scrim opponent for CIU. That they have a season of their own that they're in, and they have opponents of their own that they're trying to focus on. So it means a lot that they would come out and take the time to help CIU with this week ahead. So. It is worth mentioning that tonight will not be a record game. It does not go on CIU's record. It does not go on Hurricane J's record. It is merely and only for preparation for Siena Heights and whatever opponent Hurricane J has lined up. What a great way to close out game 2. Casey, although the score isn't in favor of CIU, the last goal is, and that is 4-2 loss. But as Shorter and I always say in the games, when you score the last goal, you have momentum going into the next game. So. And if you guys are in the chat, in the Twitch chat, in the Twitch channel, if you're watching, show the Rams some support, show them some love. I mean, they're out here getting better for you guys. They're out here making sure that they're putting on a show. They're ready for next Monday. That way they can advance to the next round of playoffs and hand Siena Heights their first loss on the season. Be sure to show them some love, whether you are on campus with them or whatever. Make sure you show them some support. Oh, great setup. All right. So we see our first sub on the night. Didn't catch it earlier, but Genji has been subbed out for GameHawk. And if you saw round 1 of playoffs, you are very familiar with GameHawk. He made his debut, his first team debut for the Rams. And he is a freshman Grand Champ 1 player. He's also a very crucial, important role in this, and making the stream into what it is today. So a huge thank you to GameHawk. He's made my job 10 times easier, and could not be more thrilled to see good things come his way, to see how he's been playing this game, how big of a role he played in CIU's win last Monday against Wichita State, and also helping CIU advance to the next round of playoffs. So that was a nice shot from Biggie right there. he got the defense coming one way, and then he sets him up to cut back the other way, and he did well to pick his spot in the net and make sure it went in. Gamehawk with a great challenge there. KC and Timex supporting each other. Timex is behind him, probably going to go up soon. But Minty Puppy is up there sooner. I think that's another thing that CIU is going to focus on, is just in general reaction timing. You're going to, when you do film as a team, you're not solely focused on what you've done. You're also looking at the other team and seeing what they've done. There's a lot that CIU can learn from these players. When you have an SSL player, a Supersonic Legend, for those of you that don't know all of the acronyms, but yeah, this is a chance for CIU to learn from these players, see what they can do in their game, not only against Siena Heights next Monday, but just moving forward to become better players in general. So that way, you know, they're accomplishing the goal of getting better and better each time they pick up the controller. And right there, I think that's a chance for Gamehawk to get better. There wasn't anybody on him. He didn't have to chow. He didn't have to go up for the ball. And by the time that he realized it, it was too late. He couldn't get a good touch on it. Centered it, and now it's 3-0. But I'm going to come back to this multiple times tonight. Tonight isn't about winning. It's not about losing. It's about getting content, getting an opponent that's better. So that way you can review and come out the other end better. So it may be 4-0, but that's 4 chances for CIU to look at this VOD afterward and say, hey, look, this is what we can improve on. So Casey with some great passes. Timex did well to get up. And a good cycle out too. Casey's in the right position now. And I think that's a great shot from Minty Puppy. But you saw a little energy switch there. CIU was moving faster. They were moving the ball faster. A few mistakes, a few misplaced passes. All things that are fixable, and you're gonna hear me say that word a lot tonight as well. The word fixable, that's got to be the number one thing. CIU goes into these scrims for the next 45 minutes or so, just thinking about what parts of our game are fixable, and what can we spend the next week on really honing in on and getting better at. So Gamehawk does well. It goes for the double, but it didn't fall for him. Keeping the pressure on, though, that's going to be another key against Siena Heights. We know Siena Heights doesn't have a loss. I've said it multiple times. And when you're going up against a team that doesn't have a loss, especially in CIU's league, you know that they're probably all around a good team. So when it comes down to it, little mistakes like that are going to have to be thrown into that bin and say, hey, those can't happen in a game that counts. Those can't happen when our goal is to go 1-0 on the next time we play an actual opponent. So if we're keeping count at home on your scoreboards, CIU did take game 1. That's something to hang their head on, or keep their head up high on. Excuse me. Something to definitely focus on when it comes time to look back and review this VOD as a team, as a as a group. The last 2 games have been plenty of opportunities, though, if that's how they're going to look at it, to get better, as Hurricane J, as they're known as, has taken the last 2 games. So being 4-2 and 6-0. If you notice that there are pauses between the games, that's going to be completely normal, because that's giving CIU a chance to discuss tactics, any rotations they need to worry about. Let's talk in any strategies, any changes that need to happen. So it's not a technical issue. We promise it's planned. But yeah, it's going to be, tonight is all about preparation, fixable issues, and just getting better as a team, as a group. It's also giving, coach some time to figure out what he can do better from his perspective. Me as a chance to get better from my perspective. So if only Shorter were here to get better, but he's not. So we see a lot of good shifts from CIU. And when I say a shift, that's going from offense to defense to offense, or vice versa. Shift isn't necessarily a rotation. It's just flooding people forward and making sure that possession of the ball is a priority, and shifting focus from defending your goal to scoring on the opponent's goal. So they give us a chance for me to point it out, I will. But right now is all about getting a good rotational shape, making sure that every time the ball moves, the rotation is going. Awkward situation. Unfortunate. We've seen a majority of Hurricane J's goals happen right in front of goal, or right in front of CIU's goal. From an avoidable standpoint, that's definitely very avoidable, but it kind of shows that clearances could be an issue right now for CIU. My initial, just watching the games that have happened, clearances have definitely been a tiny issue because of just the quality of the clearance. We want to make sure that every single touch that we have on the ball has purpose. Every single time that we're either passing, shooting, clearing, it has a purpose, and it's going towards another teammate in blue. So we don't want a lot of, for CIU, we don't want a lot of times where we're clearing the ball and it's going to an orange car or a Hurricane car, what have you, because then that's just teeing Hurricane J up for another attack, another opportunity to attack. So CIU right now are definitely on the ropes. They did well to get a good goal, catch Hurricane J out, but you see the Hurricane is doing really, really well at constant pressure. They're doing well at every single time they're touching the ball. If it's except for there. And you see CIU's going to catch him out. Oh, great save from Sumo Storm. But one thing, and as I've soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, being the main sport I've played, both from a collegiate level, competitive level. One thing that you're taught is that every single time you touch the ball, whether that's a dribble, a pass, whatever, you want to make sure it's going to the feet of your player or of your team. And that is the exact same thing for Rocket League. Every single time you touch the ball, you're giving your teammate a better opportunity to make a play on it than the opponent. And to do that and to do it well, it takes constant communication. It takes thinking 4, 5, even 6 steps ahead. And it's having good chemistry with your teammates and knowing what they're capable of, what you're capable of, and how you mesh well together as a team, both on and off the pitch. So we see the scoreline as 4-1, and like I said last game, that's 4 opportunities for CIU to get better. Ooh, a great shot from Casey though. 26 seconds left. Maybe a little too late, but man, what a shot. Good placement from Casey there. Pat on his back when he watches his back. So right there, that goes back to our point where every touch that CIU has needs to have purpose. Casey right there did not have a good play on the ball, but he made sure that his touch on the ball was closer to his teammate. I think it might have been Timex. Timex's next touch on the ball was even better than it could have been. So props to Casey there. He adjusted in the air, made sure that his teammate had a good touch on the ball, and it almost resulted in a shot. I think against a team like Siena Heights that doesn't have a supersonic legend on their team, you could see some space behind, and that be a threatening opportunity for CIU to get a goal in their favor. So these pauses, like we've said, are chances for CIU to discuss strategy, any changes that they're going to make, what needs to be focused on for the next game as we approach 30 minutes left in this session and game 5. Yep, game 5. So, just noticed as I get note from our wonderful producer, who's also your CIU coach, that Gingy has been subbed in for Casey. So Casey is taking a little bit of a rest, maybe getting a better angle to see how from a different perspective, as he is captaining tonight's squad, he's able to give comms, give communication, and just get another angle as to what ways CIU can improve as they use tonight to prepare for their April 10th matchup. As I read the chat, Zoe MM, yes, this is a closed collegiate scrim. You may not join this game, unfortunately, but you could join this amazing community and follow CIU Esports. We stream Rocket League and Overwatch currently. So if you're interested in Rocket League or Overwatch, this is the perfect community for you to join. Oh, Minty Puppy. And guys, I've said a lot about how this isn't just about CIU focusing on their mistakes to get better as a team so they don't make the mistakes anymore. It's also a chance for them to watch this back, see what this Hurricane J club team was doing well, so that they can either replicate to the best that they can, or say, oh hey, like this isn't out of our skill set. Like we are capable of doing the things that they're doing. That being said, Hurricane J is out here to compete, and whatever league that they compete in, whatever season they have going on, you better believe that they are focused on getting better themselves. So they are going to put on a show as any Supersonic legend would. But as we know, CIU is capable of handling any challenge. They did not come into this with the mindset of winning. They came into tonight's scrims with the mindset of getting better and getting content as to how they can spend the off time watching VODs, watching film, doing just that. So oh, a great shot from GameHawk there. MX trying to intervene with the clearance. He does so only for a moment, but GameHawk does what a challenge. And as Timex says in the chat on the game on Rocket League, that was a great pass. Minty Puppy ceiling shot pass. You love to see it. Makes it 5-0 for Hurricane J, but I saw a lot of good things from CIU there. They had some shots on goal. They had some good clearances, working together as a defensive unit. Now here's a shift that we were talking about. Oh man, a good air bump there. Wow. One thing we're gonna notice as a collective group that for those of you that aren't used to watching professional Rocket League, like I am or like any others are, the strategies that these teams are going to be using because of the skill sets they have is almost next level. And not every single person on the team is going to be going for the ball at the same time. We've seen a lot of it from CIU where they're having players move to get open. They're having players move to set up on offense. One thing we just saw there though was on goal number 6 was Big E was in the air doing an air dribble, and Minty Puppy came out of nowhere. Instead of going for the ball, he went for the defender and knocked him out of place. So definitely a next level strategy. The amount of communication, the amount of skill set that a play like that requires you definitely can tell that these guys have been playing for a long time together. And it also goes to show that CIU taking game 1 of this session is a feat in itself. Whether that was just a warm-up match or whatever, CIU played really well in game 1. So time to start focusing. The competitor in you wants to get active, get ready, show out some more, but gotta remember the end goal here. If you're CIU, not to win, but to play your game and see what can be fixed. It goes back to what we said. That goes back to what we said last game too. Is that goal happened in front of CIU's goal, literally right in front of it. Can't be thinking too far ahead. Can't be trying to win the entire game with one touch of the ball. Got to be focused on one touch at a time right now. If you're CIU, try and get something productive happening. Try and get something, a shot on goal, maybe a good demo from GameHawk there. Start forcing things to happen productively if you're CIU. Eliminate the whiffs. Eliminate any of the poor clearances. Focus on what you can control. And as we go into the next game with roughly 20 minutes left in the session, CIU will look to bounce back in a big way that we know that they're capable of doing. If any of you have just joined us, welcome. If you're not a regular viewer of the channel, this is CIU Esports. Right now you're watching Rocket League. CIU is going up against Hurricane J, which is a club team. I'm not sure if they're affiliated with Miami Hurricanes or not, but they are a club team with 1600 level MMR average. That's higher than CIU's, which is a 1500 MMR. CIU is using tonight to prepare for their matchup. Their NACE Playoff Round 2 matchup against Siena Heights on Monday, April 10th. So every single facet of the CIU Esports organization is using tonight to get better. That is myself included. So hop in, strap in, whatever have you, grab a snack, or at this hour, some dinner, and enjoy the Rocket League. If you are a chatter in Twitch chat, give some questions. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them or ask the CIU coach, who is also in my ear helping me answer questions. So there's anything we want to talk about this season, we'll be open to it. But yeah, tonight is based on getting better from all facets of the CIU Rocket League organization. One thing I've noticed since we've started this game is that the speed of play has definitely increased for CIU. They're making a lot more productive touches on the ball, a lot more times where they're the first one to touch the ball instead of having to react. They are just being the ones that they're causing Hurricane J to react themselves. So a great pass there from Time X. does well to get back. A double there will cost CIU a goal. Maybe a comms issue, but from someone who's played this game, calming is the hardest part of this game. If you're solely focused on the ball, solely focused on making sure your touches are proactive in a way, productive, then calming and talking is the last thing on your mind. So definitely something that these guys have had to train their brain into doing. LP, A-Gal, Flip-A-Gal. Appreciate the compliment. That is GameHawk's doing. Yeah, GameHawk, who's playing right now. He's been a huge part in getting our graphics on point and to the standard of where we think they're the best in collegiate Rocket League from a production standpoint. So with CIU's coach came in and he was like, look, there's so much more opportunity here, and he asked the guys, he was like, look, if y'all have any suggestions onto what could be done better, let's hear it. And the graphics are a byproduct of that. So a lot of people to give credit for that. But yeah, I completely agree. And it also makes my job a whole lot easier. These graphics are great to look at. And when they're good to look at, that means you are willing to watch and listen to me ramble on about nothing. So, but yeah, the graphics and transitions and animations, there's a lot of pride in those because they are student made. Gives ownership to the student body of CIU that they have a say into how their esports teams look on the pitch when they are out here competing for the Rams. So thank you for that very nice compliment. For those of you that don't know, the voice that you're listening to, I am Glitch. That is my, I would say, call sign, gamer tag. It is usually not just me. I have my good friend, I Am Shorter, who is usually with me. He is unfortunately traveling and hated that he could not be here tonight. But we know that he is watching, or at some point will watch this back. All the best, buddy. I miss you. I love you. And yeah. So as CIU exit this next game, oh, wait a second, there's still a chance. So opportunity, Gingy's up. Rebound is going to be there. Oh, but the rotation is not, unfortunately. As they come out of this game, a 2-1 loss in comparison to their last 3 games. I would say that's a massive improvement from CIU. They were first to the ball many times, scored the first goal. They caused Hurricane J to react in a lot of ways. So as we refocus and refocus back to gameplay. It is, yeah. Sorry, just getting notifications from our producers. We are getting word that this team might be even higher than 1600 MMR. What? When I heard, I was kind of briefed that this team was 1600, and then we found out that there was an SSL player. I found it very hard to believe that 1600 could be their ceiling. So, we see now another sub has been made. Casey's back in, our captain for tonight, or for this season, who's captaining the squad. He has replaced Gingy right now, and what a shot from Time X. Excuse me. Gingy is still in. Gamehawk is out for Casey. Casey is now in. A great pass from Gingy. An even better shot from Time X. Well, another opportunities here. Gingy says, "Hey man, I'm not the one that's out. I'm here." Great shot. Inverted. Does well to adjust his car, get in a position to score second straight goal. And this is the CIU that we know exists and that can compete with anyone that they play. Wow. That one came out of nothing. Unfortunate miscue there. Casey was probably passing into the middle to get a counterattack to go. Unfortunately, Hurricane J was the first to the ball, and what looked like it was going to be a good pass ended up looking like it was a mistake. The crazy part is that Hurricane J is just the reaction time that they have, just the readability that they have from their skill set is something that, as I've said in this stream, is something CIU can definitely learn from, try and mimic as best as they can, and come out of tonight a better team and a more prepared team for their April 10th matchup against Siena Heights in the second round of NACE Playoffs. Good save there from Gingy. A good defensive rotation out of CIU. Casey with a good chow. Make sure that the danger is cleared. It hasn't been cleared yet though, as Sumo Storm tries to get the redirect in on goal, but Casey's there to get a good clearance. And because he had to stay a little longer, Casey does not have the most boost, but a blind shot and on net. Oh, and it barely misses. Biggie with a good shot, a good bounce shot in front of net. Sometimes bounce shots are not meant just to go in. They're meant to be awkward for the defending team. So Biggie definitely trying to create awkward situations for CIU right now. An unfortunate miscue there from Time X, but a clearance should be here, and it is. One man to beat if you're CIU, and Biggie understood that, saw that, and rotated out. CIU doing really well at managing boost right now, as they're the ones that have all the boost, forcing Hurricane J to rotate out and go use their own boost pads. Time X making sure that they keep possession of the ball. Man, another central clearance resulting in a shot on goal. That's not something you want to be seeing from CIU. It's a great way if it goes right to get a counterattack going. But when it goes poorly, it's almost always going to result in a shot on goal for the opposing team. So. A great clearance from whoever did that. Might have been Casey. Awkward situation here. Oh, and Timex comes on the other end. Just one more inch and that ball is cleared. That ball is bouncing off the post, going the other way. Oh my goodness, you hate to see it. 2-2 with 54 seconds left though. If you're CIU, your goal is to keep every single touch productive. Definitely want to see them connect more though. Get more passes, more deliberate passes. A lot of times in Rocket League, a habit is just to boom the ball forward. But we saw, especially in the game against Kansas, CIU had close to like 10, 15, even 20 passes per game in each series, or in the entire series. So, yeah, they were passing on another level that night. But we want to make sure that touches are productive. We're not just booming the ball. And when we have an opportunity like this to put the game away, oh, Biggie though, great job. Read the situation clearly and lived to play some overtime. Good dribble from Casey. Timex should be up. It is a great demo from Timex there, reading the opportunity. But this this Minty Puppy player, his reactions, the amount of time it takes for him to make a productive reaction is just kind of insane. He is on top of it at all times. Good touch from Timex there. Not the type of touch he probably wanted, but he did well to keep it awkward, keep it in an awkward situation. As we go to another minute of overtime. Look at the Rams trying to shift forward here. Shift it forward a little. Interesting touch. I'm not sure Biggie knew the ball was going into CIU's net. I'm sure if he had known that, he wouldn't have made a random save. But oh, Casey with the dribble moves. Ran out of boost though. Timex saying no child is too hard for me. Oh, and Casey with the rebound off the post, off Biggie's roof, hood, whatever have you, and into the back of the net. Timex though does well to make it awkward for Hurricane J defense. And as we head into the final stages of tonight's session, strap yourselves in for one more match, folks. This game will be the last one of tonight's scrim session. This will be a chance for you guys to, if you're in the chat, want to talk about anything, want to bring up anything for players to see in the VOD, as when they review it. Now is your chance for the next game, but yeah, let's keep the fun going, guys. Let's keep it up. As I say, not energetic at all. It was a rough day at work. It's a busy day. You know how Mondays be. So, let's see. We have Timex, Casey, and Gingy now. Timex with a little late of a rotation, probably going to get boost, as he should be. Got to make sure that you're ready. But props to Hurricane J as they saw that opportunity, essentially an open net before Timex could rotate back, and now it's 1-0 with only 6 seconds left. But an opportunity coming for CIU. As there's now space behind in a 2v2 situation. And I think that's something else that's going to be important for CIU to focus on. This is how was Hurricane J using the space on the field where CIU players were not. A lot of times their goals came from a poor clearance or a whiff in front of net, or a pass too early in the center of the goal, whatever. But almost every single other goal that happened was a goal that resulted where Hurricane J put the ball in a place where CIU wasn't. So just a chance, just an opportunity for CIU to get a little better, maybe take another little note. But right there, the ball's in the middle of the field. Hurricane J is not in the middle of the field. You have two guys up, one guy back. That forces the guy that's in front of net to come forward and try and make a play on the ball. When he does, CIU is first to the ball, first to make a good play on it, and a productive, proactive touch forward is in the back of Hurricane J's net, and now it is 1-1. So good little breakdown for that goal. And unfortunate timing, as a whiff leading up to that that chance happened, and then an unfortunate mistime rotation is caught out, and unfortunately no one was back post, no chow on the front post, and it is now 2-1. But as we move forward, as CIU move forward, just their rotations forward, just their defensive rotations coming back, the shifts from defense to offense, they've definitely learned a lot. They've discussed a lot, as you can tell, from game 1 to this final game. Oh, a great little double reset from Casey there. An unfortunate car-to-car pinch there as well. So does well to starve, get the boost. Just some comms. Gotta calm on who's challenging, who's cutting. Casey's challenging because he doesn't see the guy rotating back. All it comes down to is having clear, concise communication. That way you can sort out any situation that presents itself. So All right, and I'm back. So with a 4-1 deficit, you see CIU starting to make a little plays that give them some momentum. They're going for demos. They're getting the man advantage for those split seconds. The only thing, in my opinion, that's missing is just how are they dealing with a team that's flooding forward so quickly. Because all it's taking right now is one touch from Hurricane J, or one mistake from CIU, and is a resulting either a shot on goal or just a shot or a goal in general. So each time you get scored on, that's a mistake. So this game there's been 6 mistakes, and that's nothing to, like, you know, if you're CIU, that's nothing to like feel bad about. That's nothing to like get discouraged about, because every time a mistake happens, it's a learning opportunity. Every time that you score a goal, that's the time that you've made the other team make a mistake. You've done your job. So 6 mistakes, plenty of other mistakes that have been made, plenty of learning opportunities. But as we reach 30 seconds in the last game of the night for the scrim session, let's focus. Let's see what CIU is going to bring to the table and how they're just going to create situations that are controllable for them. Try and be the last team to score. And if not, then be the one to make a good save, make a good productive play going into the week ahead. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen, but playing a team with 1, if not maybe 2 SSL players. So a tough night, not going on the record, not meant to be, you know, it's a learning opportunity. It's a scrim. Time to use this the week ahead to get better and focus on not only the mistakes, but the things that were done well, and then rebound and bounce back for the game that matters next Monday. And as we transition to that, guys, be sure to sub to our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on TikTok. We just posted our first TikTok today, and YouTube short. So go follow us on that. And more importantly, guys, as I've said multiple times tonight, next week, Monday, round 2 of NACE playoffs. I couldn't be more excited. We face off against Siena Heights next Monday. Be here, put it in your calendars, and make sure you're here to support the Rams as they charge on and seek to give Siena Heights their first loss of the season. So with that, I will leave you guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. Go Rams.
I'm sick with excitement. You can seem so violent. It's fire.